Well, this was a mess. Hey cuties, PeachY here. Welcome back to a new video, and in this video we're gonna do a breakdown on the Wild Childz limited edition drop and how horribly wrong it went. So stay tuned, like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, consider becoming a channel member today. Link to join is down below if you're able to, of course, no pressure, and so you do not miss out when I post more content like this coming your way and keeping you up to date with all the adulty you love. But for now, let's get into it. So yes, if you haven't been keeping up, there was a first ever Wild Childz doll drop on the 25th of April on the Wild Childz website. That happened for the character of Ping. This is basically her deluxe version. This is a pre-order that costs around $32 US, and actually, in fact, this is the reduced price point. $36 US would have been the normal price point, apparently. This is not including shipping, of course, but this release, this pre-order, also is only available to fans in the US. They do not ship internationally. And we thought at first that they would be shipping this doll by August, but it seems like maybe it will take a bit longer, perhaps even in fall. So when you would click on the link for the website before the actual drop was live, it would take you to this screen right here asking you for a password and just kind of like a little statement from the creator, and that really confused me. But apparently while the listing was actually live and working and the drop was happening, the website would actually work and you wouldn't need a password. So I was sleeping when the actual thing happened, so I wasn't there to verify myself, but that's what people told me. So this whole password thing was just, I guess, to keep people like literally out of the website from being able to see anything, which I guess is a way to do this, but at the same time it makes me feel like they were perhaps a bit unprepared. Oh, and they also changed the drop of the time. They changed the time of the drop so it was a bit later than intended, I think, and that also confused me, and I think a lot of people as well. Something else that I felt was a bit unnecessary is that on the Wild Childz Instagram profile they have links for both the Wild Childz website and the Wild Childz store. So it makes it look like those are two different things, and I guess they are two different websites. Or is it just the Wild Childz store is like you can access it from the Wild Childz website? Because this is the Wild Childz website, the new one. It looks good, by the way, but like here on the website it doesn't actually show you, like, I mean, it shows you like pre-order here, Ping, but I pressed it and it didn't work. So I guess now because it's over, but still, like, it doesn't show you the listing of Ping. It just shows you like pre-order, you know. So I don't know. All this to say basically is that the entire website thing, links, it just, to me, it seemed a bit messy, and or maybe I'm just stupid. but hey, I just no, because I saw a lot of people complain about the listing not working, the links not working, the confusion. So it's not just me. Clearly, they should have been able to direct just everything to one website where you would be able to find a listing there really easily. So I'm not really sure, but this is obviously just the first drop, so I guess mistakes are bound to happen. And they did share the stock photos here, which are not many. It's just 5 pictures, 2 of which we already saw basically. It's just 2 pictures of her in her first outfit, 2 pictures of her in her second outfit, and then 1 picture of her purse, which I guess was not the surprise. It is confirmed that she will include also a brush, a stand, and a little booklet of some sorts. So that's fun, but yeah, I would have hoped to see like pictures of the packaging, finalized pictures, you know, of the actual doll, like the final product, because I do think these pictures are just more pictures of the prototype, not of the actual finalized doll herself. I get it, they still have to do the actual production now that the pre-orders have finished, but like, wouldn't it have made sense for them to have at least one doll of Ping that's finalized as an example to show on the website? Or like the packaging as well? Like, I don't know, it seems like such a clear thing to do. Like Mattel Creations, MJ, you see packaging photos, you see pictures of the actual dolls, not prototypes, well, most of the time. So it's just kind of weird that here we just got more pictures of the same in one purse picture. Like, what? Yeah, I don't know. I feel like this is also very lackluster. Like, they made it out to be like, they really, yesterday they confirmed that they were gonna share stock photos, and it was like, yay, but like, they didn't even actually share all the stock photos. Like, you would have to actually have seen their story to see the pictures. they didn't even post anything about paying stock photos or anything. So I don't know, like, it's weird. And yes, the elephant in the room, well, panda in the room in this case, basically she sold out in less than 5 minutes, 4 minutes, 3 minutes apparently, ping sold out on the website. And yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised. I am not surprised. We saw it coming. You know, normies, perhaps, like people who don't have doll collections, 100 dolls, you know, like normal casual collectors perhaps would not have anticipated this, but like us, you know, veterans of doll releases, Collector, MJ, Bratz, Mean Girls, you know, we know what's up. We could tell from a mile away what's gonna happen. And yeah, sold out. Less than 5 minutes. This really kind of went like how a Collector release goes. Or again, Bratz Mean Girls. This entire thing actually reminded me of Bratz Mean Girls because let's not forget, Bratz Mean Girls dropped like way back when. Oh my god, it's been like 2 years now. But like the Bratz website wasn't really that used before the Bratz Mean Girls drop. So the Mean Girls drop was a huge thing as a first thing to actually drop on the Bratz website, you know? Like people would purchase stuff there, but it wasn't like a huge deal to buy from their website like it is now. And so this Wild Childz drop really reminded me of the Mean Girls drop because it was like a new website, new maneuver, like how to maneuver the website was completely new to most people. The listing, the scalper, the links, you know, the bots, the CAPTCHA, you know, all of that was crazy bad. And it's still like a debate as to if it's really much better. And so it really like all of this, and I wasn't actually awake when the listing dropped for Ping. I wasn't able to actually try to get her, even if they wouldn't ship to me. I would have still liked to see like how it was like. What was their CAPTCHA for Ping, you know, on the Wild Childz website? How was it like? Because I don't really know, but I can tell like it would have been very similar to the Bratz Mean Girls drop. They both use Shopify, right? So I do think that's a common thing for Mean Girls, MJ, Bratz website, and then Wild Childz here. So this is very similar on so many levels to Les Collector, again, Bratz, Mean Girls. So I was not surprised to hear that she sold out so quickly, and especially knowing that, you know, there is no limit per person. People could buy 5 of her. I have seen people buy like at least 2 of her, or, you know, and that's fine if you're an actual collector, that's fine. But like, one person especially stood out because they shared how they purchased 50 of Ping. 50 pieces of her. So this is 50 is insane. They paid like $1,000 US. Shipping was 100 plus. Like this person, again, you can see here, like it's just wow. And they have posted a link to their eBay listing, and the prices are going from 600 plus to 800 plus. So, and apparently 3 people actually already bought from this person. And I feel so bad because like these people don't know any better. Like, you know, they're probably international fans like me who were not able to get her at all. Were never given a chance to get her on the website properly. And figure like, well, might as well get her now before she's even more expensive, right? So it's a lot of people who have that mentality, and if I was rich, I would probably do the same, but I'm not swimming in money. So like I'm okay. I love Ping. I really would have liked to have her, but I'm not gonna, you know, I'm not gonna stop living for her. So I just, yeah, this really sucks for so many reasons. Like that's why a limit per person would have helped so much. You know, it would have given a bit more structure to the entire thing. It would have given scalpers more of a hurdle to go over to get more of her, you know, even if scalpers still ruin stuff, at least this way it wouldn't have been so easy for them to ruin this whole situation. But no, again, I'm pretty sure more people than just this one user bought multiples of her with the intent of scalping, you know, reselling for way more. So it's not just this one person, but this one person really did buy 50 of her, which is insane. It's absolutely ridiculous. And I mean, they had the money. So it's like, girl. And a couple, again, 3 people already purchased from this eBay seller, you know, so it's gonna go well, I guess, for them. But are they gonna sell all 50 of her? I doubt it. So it's crazy. 50, they purchased 50? And what's more crazy is that that person, they actually shared it publicly on their Instagram. They were like, hey, I purchased 50 of Ping. 50! I wasted $1,000+ on paying that much for 50 of this doll that has not even been officially released and will not be shipped until like late August, fall. What? That's another thing. We don't really know if any of this is actually gonna happen. Bless Wild Childz. Like, I have hope and faith in them, but like, this really feels like they had to do this whole pre-order thing to really, because they already have the Walmart listings. They already have an understanding with Walmart, an agreement that they will be released there sooner or later this year. But it almost feels like this whole pre-order thing, they did it on top of the agreement with Walmart to show and prove to Walmart and other retailers that there is demand in the brand of Wild Childz. And so now that this pre-order is sold out, they're going to use this success, because it's a success, Scalper or not, they sold out. They're going to use this as proof, as leverage to be like, to show to retailers that, hey, we have presence. We have a lot of presence, a lot of demand from people on only this limited edition version of the doll. Imagine if we gave you all a piece of this, and mass distributed it. It's like, I'm pretty sure that's what they're doing here, and at least to some extent. Again, I don't work for them, I don't work with them, I have no insider knowledge. This is just all based on hypotheses and like just common kind of knowledge, common sense. I feel like this is just how it feels like to me, what's happening. So it really feels like now that she sold out, they're going to use this win to be like, to hopefully further release dolls of this brand in the future, to prove to retailers that there is demand and they should get in on this, like Amazon, hopefully, to distribute these dolls and for more fans to access them easily. Because again, this was just a US release and she sold out and so quickly, which also, how many were actually available of Ping? It's been rumors floating around that apparently there's like 3,000 that were made of her or less. Is that true? Obviously, we don't know. She's not numbered. She's not numbered. So they're not going to tell us like how much she is. Like when you actually get her, hopefully, fingers crossed, it'll, goes well. But like she's not numbered. So we're not going to actually know how many they made of this version of Ping. So, but it really does seem like they didn't make too many. And knowing that, it's like, well, just imagine if they had dropped kind of like on a larger scale, like internationally, right? If they had worked that out, like that would have been even more, sales and stuff. So this is just crazy. So this is just a lot happened. Were you able to get Ping? Because again, I'm international. I was not able to get her. But reading from the stories and seeing other creators share opinions on this drop, I think I've seen a good kind of 50-50 on people who were able to get her and people who were not able to get her. So it's kind of a divide. And again, I've also seen people just kind of like, again, come clear and like make it, just make it abundantly obvious that even though, we've now, like all these fans have now spent their money, have been charged for this pre-order. Like, who knows what actually will happen? Like, who knows when she will actually be shipped? Who knows how good or how closely she will look to the actual prototype pictures that are available right now? Like, there's so many questions up in the air. We don't know how the packaging looks like. We don't know how the brush looks like. They only shared like a 3D render of the brush. Like, all these things you'd think they already would have finalized by now, but no. So it kind of feels like this happened way too quickly. Like they're in the middle of production, middle of finalizing things, and we don't even have finalized pictures of the doll. We just have prototype pictures. We don't have a picture of the packaging, of the stand, of the diary, of the artwork, of nothing. This just feels very like incomplete and rushed. And again, especially because maybe they needed the money, but also because, again, I'm pretty sure they wanted to prove to retailers that there is demand for Wild Childz, which in that sense, great, because there is demand. But, it's kind of just really unfortunate because now we're not gonna know. We're not gonna get answers until the time has come and she ships out. Again, fingers crossed, it's this year, because they moved the date, ship by date, from June, July, August, to like, you know, September, fall, apparently. So who knows when Ping will actually arrive to people this year. And until she actually arrives to some fan and we see actual real life pictures of the doll, I'm honestly not even gonna believe that she is real. Because, you know, like, so far everything we've seen has been incomplete, not finalized, or a prototype. So I'm just gonna wait until we actually have a full-on picture of her, like, from someone who bought her, you know? Because until that happens, this honestly kind of seems like just a fantasy. Like, it doesn't even seem real, you know? It just seems like, oh yes, you know? Like, it's Ping, you know? But it's almost like a fantasy, you know? It's not like it's actually real. So I really hope that we do get her released and she does arrive to people, and then once we see actual pictures of her, she looks good and she's not like half-baked, or, you know, like. So I hope everything goes well, because again, Wild Childz has been around for like 10 plus years. They've been really trying to get this off the ground, you know, and it's finally happening. And this release was not perfect. This launch was not good. Obviously, the scalpers, the eBay prices, the listings, the website links not working, the password thing that confused me. It's like a lot of things could have gone better, you know, but at least this seems to be somewhat of a beginning for Wild Childz now, officially in 2026. So I'm happy for Wild Childz. I'm happy for their creator. They must feel so ecstatic right now that she sold out, and she seems to have done really well. If I could give them advice, I would tell them that they would really have to try and make the next releases available for international fans. And also perhaps, you know, have a limit per person. Like, it's, you know, it's like such a small thing, but like, it really does make a difference. Because again, one person bought 50 of her. Yeah, that's crazy. Even compared to Mean Girls brats, you know, I don't think no one ever bought 50 of Katie, you know, of Mean Girls Katie. Like, no one. But here, it was just so much easier to do. So anyway, did you buy her? I want to know how your experience was with this first ever Wild Childz drop. And that does it for today's little video. I hope you all enjoyed, and let me know what you think down below. Leave a like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, hype this video, cuties. Consider becoming a channel member today. Link to join is down below if you're able to, of course, to support that channel that way. No pressure, and so you do not miss out when I post more content like this coming your way and keeping you up to date with all the doll tea you love. Thank you also to all my currently subscribed members. I see you and I appreciate you all so much. Stay safe, be kind. I hope this next time stay peachy. Kisses.